Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai, Barakatha Yahweh, Barakatha Yahweh Shai, Call Halayim La Lahayanawa, Abanawa, Yahweh, Bahasham, Hamashiach Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Waharakak Wadash. All praises to the Most High, our power, which in the Hebrew, his name is Yahweh, okay, and the only begotten Son, the anointed Son of the Most High. His name in the Hebrew is Yahweh Shai, and the Rakak Wadash, which is the Holy Spirit. Double honors to the apostles and elders and bishops of Great Millstone, taught us this truth, who wrote well. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect, the men specifically who are making their bodies a living sacrifices and going out and doing this work, searching for the elect of Israel. Shalom. This is another lesson in what is to come, okay? And the Lord said he will reveal his plans to his servants, the prophets, right? And indeed, the prophets, starting with the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, have taught us that this system, the beast system that the whole world will run, wander after, okay, is being pushed right now. And this is just another example of them pushing their agenda, okay. I got this article from Mobile Dev Pro. It says Google Wallet brings TSA Precheck Touchlesd ID to millions more travelers. Okay. Google Wallet brings TSA Precheck Touchlesd ID to millions more travelers. All right. And, we know that this is just another avenue of control, okay, that so-called white man, which is the devil, okay, Esau Edom is his biblical nationality, okay, and his kingdom, okay, is Rome 2.0, continuation, the beast that was wounded and did live. This is a continuation of the Roman Empire. And if you look at Rome's setup, Rome had vassal states, okay, throughout the known world. And vassal states lend aid to the empire in any way, shape, or form, whether it be military or economic, or just support, period. Okay, and we know that the beast system is a system that aids this whore. The whore, speaking of, is America, okay, aka Babylon the Great, aka Rome 2.0, aka Egypt, aka Assyria, aka Nineveh, okay, all these ancient kingdoms rolled up in one. Okay, if you noticed, in all these kingdoms, they always had one agenda, was to unify under one system the entire globe, the entire known world, to control the majority and have them submit to one hegemony, right? And this is no different, but the only difference is this time, okay, this beast system has technology that can actually, um, you know, bring this thing to life and accomplish it. But he's going to fall short because the Heavenly Father is going to intervene on the behalf of his elect. And the elect I'm speaking of is the 144,000 and the 1/3, the men, women, and children that believe on the name of Yahweh Shemel Shai. The Lord is going to defend them by sending his son and the holy angels led by Micah Allah, okay, the angel of war, second in command underneath Yahweh Shai, to defend his people, the elect of Israel, the remnant of Jacob, right? But let's get into this article real quick, see what it says. It says Google and TSA launched direct opt-in for Precheck Touchlesd ID inside Google Wallet on June 24th, 2026. It's June. Ain't no microchip. Nah, I'm just messing with y'all. It says the first digital wallet integration lets eligible travelers consent once, add a boarding pass, and use facial verification at 65 airports across over 100 airlines. No more per carrier passport uploads. Encrypted data shares only on approval. Okay, faster lanes await this summer. So as you see, they're doing this thing across the board. It said no more. It says use facial verification at 65 airports across over 100 airlines. That's a wide range of travel avenues that this thing is going to be available to use, right? And you know, it hedged up by Google and TSA. So Google, a corporation, right, and TSA, which is a government, installation to monitor travelers. Okay, they're working in cohesive, in cohesiveness to make this thing happen. And what you will notice a lot now is, corporations and the government working hand to hand to bring this beast system, up and running. Okay, the government is working with a lot of corporations to tie this thing together, to bring it together, man. Okay, and you Babylonians or Egyptians or Syrians, okay, the people, the peons are the ones that's going to be trapped in that snare. Okay. Okay, continuing on, it says TSA lines still snake through terminals across the country, yet a quiet upgrade now promises to shrink those waits for millions of frequent flyers. On June 24th, 2026, Google and the Transportation Security Administration, or TSA, launched a new opt-in path inside Google Wallet for TSA Precheck Touchlesd ID, and everything is going to be soon touchless. Okay, this thing is going to spread out like a web. Okay, like a web, and catch millions of you peons in its web, in its net, okay, in the name of convenience, in the name of easy travel, but disguised as convenience, gradually getting y'all to accept these terms, okay, these invasive and draconian terms just to travel, right? It says the move marks the first time a major digital wallet offers direct enrollment. Okay? Travelers no longer need to juggle separate airline apps or remember to update passport details manually for every carrier. All right? So you don't have to for each airline, upload your passport. It's going to be, once you upload it to Google, hey, all the airlines going to have it then. Okay, wherever you travel, Google is going to be there to, so you can pull up your information, and it's going to be across all the platforms that you travel, whether it be American Airlines, British Airways, or, Southwest, or wherever, whoever you're traveling with. It says how the integration changes daily travel routines. It says check in with any participating airlines, add the boarding pass to Google Wallet, grant consent. Okay, here it is. Grant consent. These apps always asking you for consent, which we know that's bullshit because, if you don't consent, it doesn't allow you to move forward. You have to consent for you to move forward to use the app, and that's what a lot of people are going to fall for. They're going to grant consent. Okay. It says grant consent to share your digital ID and pass with TSA. A confirmation code arrives. The boarding pass updates automatically with a visible touchless ID marker. That's it. No extra steps. At the checkpoint, walk up, stand for a quick facial scan. Okay, a facial scan, because they're doing what? Facial recognition, right? Touchless ID goes with facial recognition. That's what it means. Touchless ID. You don't have to touch nothing. Just stand there, and the machine is going to read your facial scan your facial, and identify you through facial ID. See where this is moving to? Okay, surveillance. Okay, surveillance, facial ID recognition. Okay, all digital, man. Okay, need I say, this is the mark. This is moving towards the mark, man. Okay, this net is tightening, corralling y'all. Okay, to eventually everybody's gonna have to use this mark to receive that mark to be able to travel. But this is the steps that must, happen to normalize you when you traveling, normalize you to be able to normalize you to prim and proper you to take this mark without no resistance, because it's gradually going to that. And the analogy of the frog in the pot, and the frog is in the pot, and they may put some snacks in there for him, and some stuff that he can play with or whatever, make him comfortable, and turn up the fire beneath him underneath the pot, slowly. until he don't even realize that it's him that's in the pot, and he's boiling. By the time he realizes, it's too late. He's already in hot water. This is what they're doing, man. Slow cooking you. Okay? It says the machine, the system matches your live image against the government records stored in the airlines. Stored with the airline. I'll read that again. The government records, okay, stored with the airline. The system, the beast system, will match your live image against government records stored with the airlines. So the airlines and the government working together, it's going to have the same information. Okay, it says typically pulled from a passport. Let me go back. There's a certain. Okay, kind. Okay, it says, I'm going to jump down a little bit. PJ Lenarducci, Vice President of Product Management for Consumer Payments at Google, put it plainly. We're excited that Google Wallet technology is helping make TSA airport checkpoints faster. What's a checkpoint? Okay, what's a checkpoint? Think about it. Okay, a point of control. Okay, a point of a point where they can either decide that you're the enemy and you don't have the proper credentials to travel, which this thing is going to be, the avenues of travel, healthcare, banking, okay, identification, okay, medical, every aspect of life, this thing is going to take over, Okay, you already see it in the medical field, EMR records, okay, records of, when you go to your regular doctor, where you go to the hospital, where you go to your pharmacy, they all have these EMR records to determine, okay, your medical status, man. If you got insurance or whatever, you know what I mean? The medications you're on, the ailments that you have, they have all that information. So it's across the board, man. Your ID, your wallet, will be obsolete. Physical money, they're doing away with right now. Even those debit cards are touchless right now. If you notice, because those debit cards are just there to make you feel better, make you feel like you actually got the money, but really you can pull up and do the touchless payment system, okay, or you can use Google Wallet or whatever. You know what I mean? It's going that way, man. Okay. It says we're excited that Google Wallet technology is helping make TSA checkpoints faster and easier for travelers. This collaboration aligns perfectly with our goal to make digital experiences more secure and convenience. In the name of security and convenience, he's going to make people submit willingly by security and convenience, right? And all all people, okay, young, old, rich, poor, all people are going to have to make that choice if they want to participate in this man's new world order. Novus Ordorum Seclorum, new world order is written on the dollar, man. And the dollar is going to be done away with soon. okay, and digital money, okay. The CBDC is going to be launched. Our central bank digital currency. You see a lot of countries launching their CBDCs right now, okay. So Babylon the Great is not going to be any different. See these data centers popping up everywhere, okay. Okay, these data centers hold all that information. Okay, me and the brothers was going in yesterday on, data centers. America has 45%. Babylon the Great, 45% of the world's data centers. Okay, I believe it said 5,000 and some change. Next is Britain. Okay, next is France. Okay, China is next, and then Canada. Those are the top 5 countries that have, the most digital data centers. Okay, quantum computing. Okay, using your local lakes and rivers to cool their data centers and poisoning your water, okay, and making water such a precious commodity that is going to be as expensive as oil, more expensive probably. And that goes with Revelations, a measure of barley and water, Ezekiel, I believe not butcher it, but I'll get it, Lord willing. But let's continue on with this real quick. It says this collaboration aligns perfectly with our goal to make digital experiences more secure and convenient. We are looking forward to seeing it roll out broadly. They're going to roll this thing out broadly everywhere, just as the busy summer travel season gets underway. All right. All right. Well, I'm not going to read the rest of it. Let me get some scripture and close out. All willing, this is edifying. Let's go to book of Habakkuk 1 and 4. It says, Habakkuk 1 and 4. All right. I'm reading the NLT. It says, the law has become paralyzed. Okay. And there is no justice in the courts. Why? Because the wicked in rulership, right? I believe it says, when the wicked are in rule, the people mourn. Okay. The wicked far outnumber the righteous. Okay. Which that's not quite accurate. The righteous, meaning the Israelites, are likened unto the sand of the sea, or the stars of the heavens, right? But in this case, I believe it's speaking of the elect of Israel, the righteous, the true righteous number right now is the elect of Israel. Okay, 2/3 of our people are wicked right now. Okay, it says, so that justice has become perverted, right? Justice has become perverted indeed. All right, and this is why these, this is why all this is taking place, man. I'm gonna read it in the KJV. It says, therefore the Lord slacked, and judgment doth never go forth. For the wicked doth compass about the righteous, therefore wrong judgment proceedeth. Okay? The reason why this is going on is because the wicked is in power. The rulership of the wicked is in full effect right now. This is why you can't convince me that 2nd Ezra 6 and 9 is not accurate. Okay? Esau is the end of this world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth, man. Okay? Um, um, Psalm 64 and 5. I'm going to start at 2. Psalm 64 and 2. I'm going to read it in NLT. It says, hide me from the plots of this evil mob. Okay, which speaking of the wicked, from this gang of wrongdoers. They sharpen their tongue like swords and aim their bitter words like arrows. They shoot from ambush at the innocent. All right, and when you do things in secret, you plan to ambush, okay, the people. All right, plan to ambush people because you're doing it in secret, right? It says they shoot from ambush at the innocent, attacking suddenly and fearlessly. Okay, they encourage each other to do evil and plan how to set their traps in secret. This is a secret trap, man. Who will ever notice? They ask. Okay, the elect is going to notice. The Lord has the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shai, okay, upon the elect to discern good and evil. And the elect is going to notice. All right, the righteous, are going to have the unction from the Rakakwadash that this is an evil plot. All right, it says, as they plot their crimes, they say, we have devised the perfect plan. That's what that's what these men is. These evil, wicked Edomites and elites have said, man. They said, we have devised the perfect plan. Yes, the human heart and mind are cunning, right? Their minds are cunning. Their heart is cunning, man. Hey, the Lord called him what? A cunning hunter, right? That's what he said about Esau. Okay? It says, but the Most High himself will shoot them with his arrows, suddenly striking them down, right? And that's what's going to happen, right? Those arrows, okay, are going to come from Yahweh Shem Shai's silos, right? His armory. Okay, and the Lord's army is part of the Lord's army are those missiles, those ICBM missiles. And even the other nations, the other kings of the earth are going to become the tools of Yahweh Shem Shai, okay, to turn their weapons on this place and shoot at her and burn her with fire, as the scriptures say, right? It says their own tongues will ruin them. Okay? And all who see them will shake their heads in scorn, right? All these other nations going to look at them and be scornful at them, right? You see it starting to happen. Okay? It says, then everyone will be afraid. They will proclaim the mighty acts of the Most High and realize all the amazing things He's done, right? And they're gonna give, you know, reverence to the Most High. Okay, they're gonna give reverence to His men. They're gonna give reverence to His people. They're gonna give reverence to His Son. Okay, and the holy angels and everything that Yahweh Bashem Al Shai has set up, okay, will be in its rightful place. The prophet's going to be recognized as His men, and His people, okay, are going to be once again set up in their rightful place, man. The King of Kings, Yahweh Shai, okay, will rule, okay, in His new kingdom. King David will be in his rightful place, okay. The elders will be in their rightful place. We'll have peace, okay, throughout the earth. And our children will grow and we'll have enjoyment right here on this planet, right here on earth. Heaven shall be on earth, man. And no more TSA check-ins, you know, no more restrictions on where the Israelites can travel to. Because the earth is the laws and the fullness thereof, right? And if we are His sons, we'll be able to travel wherever we please. Okay, even out of worldly travel, right? So, you know, I just want to bring that out. Lord willing, it was edifying to the spirit, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Al Shai. Say Shalom and abide the ball.